Hello again. I'm Mike from Conestoga Stone, and today I'm here with Andy Chambers from Chambers and Sons Landscaping. We're here to talk to you about how to find the correct landscaper for you. So, Andy, to start off, tell us a little bit about your business, a little about yourself.
Yeah, Mike, thanks for having me. Chambers Landscape's been in business for a little more than 15 years. We're a full-service landscape company. We provide a wide variety of services where we handle, in last year, 2018, we handled over 50 properties that we serviced every week. We do spring cleanup, fall cleanup, landscape planting designs. We do all of the work associated with vegetation and gardens. And so all of that side of the house is on more of the green thumb side of things. Some of my employees know every Latin name of every shrub that exists. And so we're not the run-of-the-mill landscaper that doesn't know what they're doing. We can talk intelligently about drip lines and what sort of nutrients every single plant needs, what sunlight, how much shade, etc. There's that side of the house. The other side is the construction side. And in our construction side, we are not just what people term hardscapers. Every landscaper in the world seems to want to be able to do hardscaping, and lots of homeowners as well. We're full dimension stonemasons. We do real stone work, stone veneers, walkways. We incorporate all kinds of cool designs. You can see our work at chamberslandscape.com. It's that easy. Now, there's lots of things associated with what a good landscaper is. Part of what we need to be able to do is, as professionals, as masons, but as people that are true tradesmen, and that's what a stonemason is. We're tradesmen. We are not necessarily folks that go out there and just put mulch down on your gardens. As true tradesmen, we want to be at the top of our profession. We need to have good products, and you know all about this because the quality of the product dictates what kind of end product you're going to do. My dad always used to say, finish well. Conestoga Stone, do you know how many years I've been dealing with Conestoga Stone?
At least 5?
Well, from the beginning, from even before the beginning, I've been a loyal customer. Not because of any special relationship, because the quality of the products that you find is probably way better than what everybody else has out there. And timing is hugely important. If I'm kind of behind the 8 ball on a project, I can call up to Conestoga Stone and say, I need X number of tons of a very specific type of stone, veneer or otherwise, and you're able to find it. Top quality information, and it gets delivered as well. So our relationship has been, one of those things where it's just fabulous. You back your products, and so for someone like me, I'm only as good as my last job, right? Tradesmen are that way. So if my last product looks terrible, effervescence comes out of the stone. It doesn't hold well. All of my mixes, high-tech mixes of mortar, etc., don't work. I get them from you. So I can only be as good as my weakest link, and Conestoga Stone has never let me down.
All right, Andy. So, as a professional contractor, how would you, as a homeowner, try to choose the correct or a certain landscaper or contractor for your needs?
Yeah, I guess that's the biggest question. There are a lot of great artisans out there, and in our trade, there is a fair amount of creativity and color matching and texture matching because there are such a wide variety of products out there. The products are good. The new chemicals that we mix mud with and utilize for adhesions and mastics and coatings are fabulous nowadays. But whether you can put them down or not is the question.
Different story.
So rule number 1, you want to be able to see some of the work that a contractor has done. An example that I can share with you is if you walk into an establishment, and you can probably conjure up an image of this in your own mind, and in that establishment, maybe it's a commercial building or a bank, and you look at a stone veneer facade in that facility, and you're talking to someone and they find out that you're a stonemason. They go, oh, look at our beautiful stone wall. And I go, yeah, it's nice. And they go, well, what do you mean by that? And I take my tape measure out and I go, watch this. And I point to a line that travels all the way through the stone. And they go, oh, you just ruined the wall for me. So tradesmen True tradesmen won't have that in the end product. And so you want to see the work that they've done. You want to have them look at your website potentially, or your portfolio in the old days, but now it's about a website. Mine is chamberslandscape.com. You can go out and look at any of the work we do. You want to be able to see pictures of the work. You want to be able to visit their work. And as a homeowner, you want to be able to talk to or get actual recommendations from people that your prospective contractor has done work for, and be able to actually go to their house or go to their site and take a look at it. There's a lot to that. Out on a little branch from that as well, and you guys know that I bring customers to your shop here all the time. You want to be able to bring them there and say, this is what that stone really looks like. Because in the brochure, in the idea books, you'll look at something and they go, I really love that color. And I go, okay, but you need to go see that stone in person because it really doesn't look that way when you get it out of the photograph. So all of that color matching and the ability to actually consummate the job so that it's finished and done in a timely manner is a huge thing. So the contractor's ability to present the work, probably with a CAD drawing, not necessarily a hand drawing, a CAD drawing, to be able to direct the prospective homeowner to a website or to previous jobs, to talk to a live previous customer about that contractor's work, and then to visit sites, to actually go out and visit sites is hugely important. There are business components of this that work as well. Here's an example. You hire me to come on your job and I bring in maybe part-time employees and one of them gets hurt. And so now, because the contractor failed to have the appropriate insurance, your homeowner's insurance is on the line potentially. So another thing you want to be able to see, you want to be able to obtain from your prospective contractor is a certificate of insurance. That certificate of insurance comes directly from the insurance company to the homeowner or to the business owner. Your contractor shouldn't be hand delivering it to you. It comes from, ABC Insurance Company to you and talks about the contractor's liability insurance and workers' compensation insurance. So what you're doing is you're establishing a business relationship of known things so that you can feel pretty sure that your contractor is going to do the job. If they just show you an idea book put out by ABC Paver Company, they're not showing you their work. Make sure that you see what they do.
All right, so next topic is, what kind of references would you personally, your business, be found in? How would I find a local contractor who specializes in what I need? Where would you go to?
Well, you can certainly do a Google search.
Google search is a good one.
Yeah, there aren't a whole lot of industry standard organizations that you can go to for contractors that are out there that don't charge the contractor money. And so there are lots of people that made their business by trying to promote contractors and get them work. That's not necessarily an indication of whether the contractor is good or not. The Better Business Bureau is one that doesn't make money on those kinds of things, so you can look at that as well. But really, the best solution is word of mouth. Talk to somebody like Conestoga Stone or another contract or another supplier in the area and says, hey, who do you use? Have you seen their work? What do they do? So, and as you know, I mean, that happens a lot with us. I get lots of business from Conestoga Stone, and you have pictures and my business cards and things like that. And there's a reason for that. You've never had a problem with a customer that I was doing the job and I buy it from you. I buy lots of things from you. Even lots of jobs, parts and otherwise, I buy things from you guys. The point is that you've never had to come back to me and say, boy, I gave you that recommendation to Mrs. Jones and she came back and said you were terrible. So that the local, parochial word of mouth is the best possible scenario. And lastly, if I could touch on this too, not only does the tradesman have to be able to have their hands on the job and actually complete the psychomotor skills of applying the stone and building a stone wall and using the right materials. And there's a lot of engineering that goes in that, handling the water, compaction rates, soil sampling, all those kind of things. But at some point, you have to look at it and says it looks pretty.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest part.
So, and we've done very cool jobs with United States Navy emblem embedded into the patio, and that's on our website. We've done jobs where we unearthed a very old mill wheel on the property, and there's a lot of history with that. And we took that mill wheel and embedded it in the patio. And so there's cool things they're just not a stone veneer that's compressed concrete that comes out of North Jersey. So we're talking about stone that maybe is indigenous to the area, that fits in your period home or your design, and all of this stuff has to work.
So you're looking at everything from the business side, the professional side, and showing the portfolio, all the way down to the artist side, where you
Absolutely.
have to have that glint in your eye to be able to see what's going on and make it look beautiful.
If you're let me just say this too. If you're a contractor, you're talking to your contractor, and they are not enthusiastic about creating something for you, you might want to look somewhere else. Now, I'm not talking like little teeny projects or huge 1,800 square foot patios. All of that stuff is out there, and there's lots of people in the business. There are lots of people in the business. The problem is that everybody wants to be a hardscaper. If you've been cutting grass for 10 years and now you're going to do somebody's patio, what do you know about compaction rates? What do you know about the fines of soils? What do you know about soil testing? Have you ever used Portland mixed with sand? What's the percentage of lime? Do you use any chemicals in there? What are adhesion rates for different types of mortars? What about coloration? You're working on a historic restoration. We do a fair amount of historic restoration stonework. Can you bring a historic carpenter in that does historic woodworking? I have one full time that works for me. We do, church doors and all ancient stuff.
Yeah.
And it's amazing the stuff that you can do. But they're companion add-ons to the job that set it off and dress it up. Like I said, look at our website. Same thing with there. I think some of my pictures are out on your website as well. The point is that you look for a community company that has ties to the community, Conestoga Stone, that knows what lilac stone looks like here in the Pottstown area. I know what that brownstone looks like. I know what the stone looks like from Hopewell area. I know what it looks like. I know what medium mica looks like and how it works and how it can apply. And that's the kind of expertise you want.
Excellent. All right, so in summation, you're looking for a little bit of everything from the business professional side, the insurances, the COIs, making sure they come directly to you as the customer. You're looking at their portfolio and their previous works, trying to get in contact with other clients they've worked with. You're looking for the artist side and the enthusiasm behind it so that you know that they'll properly complete the job. Anything less to add?
The last thing I would add is that you want to see the actual product. Quite often, what I do is I take samples out to the house and we set it up against the mantle or set it up against the siding on the house, and we see that the color matches, and they have that sample there that they can compare and use, to make the color matches. I'm not the greatest color person in the world. Everything would be gray and brown for me, But the fact of the matter is, you want to make sure all of those things match, and so make your contractor should do the work up front and get written estimates and get signed contracts.
All right, Andy, thank you for your time. Again, this is Andy Chambers
Anytime,
from Chambers
brother.
and Son Landscaping.
Yep, thanks for having me.